En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Big drama show. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to Just Absolutely Boxing Podcast. This is episode 69. I'm Combo Breaker 99.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Boxing P.
And we back again. It's another fight weekend. We got another anticipated rematch coming up. Canelo Triple G 2.
Man.
You know, 2 episodes we did talk about the middleweight division, but you know, we got to break this fight down because we got to make our calls because I'm Team Canelo over here.
Yes, sir.
That's Team Triple G sitting across from me. But
you know it.
Yeah. But before we get into that, you know, the whole breakdown and you know who we think's gonna win. You know, we all know who's gonna win. But let's talk about last weekend. P, what'd you think of the fights last weekend, man?
I thought it was some pretty good fights last weekend.
Talking about Sean Porter and Danny Garcia.
Yeah, the Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. I mean, even though the Ugas fight was entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah.
You know, but Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, it was a good fight. You can't really say anything bad about the fight except, you know, some people are on both sides of, you know, the decision, but it was an entertaining fight. It was action. It was a good fight.
Yeah. And we definitely did see Sean Porter try to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he tried to introduce something new. I just kind of felt like what he did against Keith Thurman would have, you know, he would have been able to bulldoze Danny Garcia if he did that. But, you know, I guess he wanted to show he got more than more levels to him, you know.
Absolutely.
So you got to give him respect for that. But also, you know, we had Amir Khan and Samuel Vargas.
Yeah.
You know, Amir Khan, he pulled out the 12-round decision. But like I said, every time you watch him fight, you be clenching your teeth, man, because, you know, second round, he got dropped.
Yeah, it's a matter of time.
He got a knockdown, but he got dropped too. But
yeah.
Once you get dropped by a level of a guy like Samuel Vargas, you know, that shows you might not be ready for Crawford, Thurman, Porter Spence.
Even the names he calling out, Pacquiao.
Oh, Pacquiao.
You know
man.
I mean, even that's a bit much.
Because, you know, we heard the Pacquiao stories, you know, when they sparred, you know who got dropped.
Yeah, absolutely. But, that was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, man. Shoot. But, dude, guys, should give a shout out to Teron Woodley. You know, I was watching UFC 228. He was able to take the young kid Darren Till to school too, because a lot of people were hating on Woodley, thinking he was going to lose. But you know, he dominated him. You know, big guy, but you know he got a submission win in the second round, man. So
schooled him, man.
But yeah, overall, we had some good fights. You know, we got another good card coming up this Saturday. Before we talk about the undercard, let's jump on this Canelo Triple G, man. First of all, I know we said this on the last episode, we feel like Canelo, he does have the most pressure on him in this one. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got a lot to prove. You know, ever since testing, you know, dirty with that clenbuterol, you know. I will say this, look, I'm Team Canelo, so I am going to defend him a little. Just so people know, clenbuterol is not like a full-on steroid. It is a performance-enhancing drug where it helps people burn fat faster. And they say a lot of bodybuilders and certain athletes use it, and it is considered a performance-enhancing drug, but it's not really something full-on that's going to, you know, make somebody, like, super strong for a fight, or it's not like putting extra weight on their hands where they can, you know, bust somebody up. You know, it's not that type of performance-enhancing drug, but
it's a few other things out there about clenbuterol, too. I mean, it's supposedly, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a pharmacist, but you know, with stories out there how it makes you be able to absorb more punishment in the ring too. It is other benefits of clenbuterol. You know, everybody's body is different, and these drugs can take different effects. But you know, the bottom line is you just got to be clean, and you know, it's absolutely no excuse for turning up dirty. No meat, no substance. I mean, at this state in the game where people know that they testing for everything, you just need to be clean, man. It's a terrible, unfortunate thing. And I mean, and to be honest, it just, for it to be Canelo, it's just so surprising. I mean, that's something people who may hate him never would have thought. You know, I mean, like I said, I respect him as a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. I'm not a big fan of his, but I wouldn't even have thought that, you know, like I said, when it first came out, if they said somebody tested dirty, I would have been maybe leaning towards Triple G because of the power, you know what I mean, before before I thought Canelo, but it was just a bad thing, man. I mean, this type of thing for a fighter that never really goes away.
Yeah,
So,
anytime, yeah. Like I said, I was just breaking that down a little bit, but yeah, I don't condone, any type of
absolutely
enhancing drugs or anything like that, because whatever you use to try to get the upper hand on the fighter, that's still dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because think about it. Why would you take clenbuterol to burn fat?
To burn fat. Yeah.
I mean, think about it, dude. This man got top-notch nutritionists, top-notch equipment. He's running. Why would he need to? I mean, come on, man. Yeah, that is one thing maybe it can do, but I don't think that's why he was taking it to burn fat. I mean, he never seemed like a person who was overweight or needed to. You know, I mean, it's just.
Well,
it's just,
I would say they use it for asthma. Maybe he has asthma. Maybe he has asthma.
I'll give you that with that.
Maybe he has asthma. Yeah. I noticed he was breathing hard in like the 12th round. So
oh man.
No, let me stop. But yeah, but yeah, man. Canelo, I think he just has the most pressure on him just after that performance too. You know, a lot of people felt that he had the skill to outbox him. And the different levels to him, but at the same time, he's gonna have to do that off of the enhancement drugs now, So
and that's a good point. And like a lot of people, diehard Canelo fans, are disappointed in him because they feel like, dude, you're a great fighter. You didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? Some people were like, you don't feel that confident in yourself. You know, that's probably surprising to some of his fans because he comes off as super confident. You know what I mean? So whatever the reason, it was that it, got into a system is neither here nor there. It is what it is now. But, I'm just saying that's surprising to fans because they wouldn't have thought that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like we said, a lot of the fans that are diehard fans of him, they believe in him and they think he could beat anybody.
Yeah,
a lot of them are saying,
absolutely.
oh, he's going to, knock Triple G out or he's going to beat him easy. He can outbox him, but you didn't even have the confidence to say your boxing skill could beat him. I mean, Andre Ward, he took on Sergey Kovalev,
Absolutely.
Not once but twice. And, he was able to, overcome very, very, strong punching power.
Absolutely. So, clean.
Yeah, clean.
And being a small guy.
Right. Because in the Canelo Triple G fight, he was looking big,
He was looking big.
He was their size was more so closer.
Right.
But looking at Triple G, do you think he feels like he has a lot of pressure on himself, or like do you think he does have some type of pressure where he feels like I got to do something different than the first time?
I think he has pressure. I don't know if he has pressure to like do something different at, because at 36, I don't know how much different he could be. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of pressure for a few different reasons. I mean, of course, it's the biggest fight this year. It's a lot of belts and bragging rights at stake. But he knows that he really needs to get a knockout to win this fight. You know what I mean? This is not a fight he wants to go 12 rounds.
Yeah, can't go to the judge.
Yeah, I mean, mainly, because of that one scorecard, last fight, and that just really made any fighter not want a fight to go to a decision when a scorecard could pop up like that, the 118 to 110. You know what I mean? So that's got to be in his mind that unless they took that judge off the panel this time, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's some pressure there for him. It's not as much pressure to, it's not the same pressure that Canelo was under, but I think it is still some pressure there for, Triple G,
Do you think you think he's just at that age where he's kind of ready to cash out?
I mean,
you think he just might just be seeing it as a cash out fight, or do you think he still wants to try to get teach Canelo a lesson? Because I know, he said that he feels like Canelo did something bad for the sport, so now he's kind of like,
yeah, I mean,
or is it just,
well, I mean,
big drama show? I know he calls it that. So.
The big drama show, baby. But this is just a rumor out of the rumor mill, and it was from a pretty reliable source. But I mean, it is stories out there that Triple G was holding back that first fight to secure another fight for these paydays.
I heard the same about Canelo.
So we don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about Canelo, okay, well, dude, how are you holding back and you taking drugs and you got a judge in your pocket? I'm just saying, man. I mean, you know, but it's just rumors and, you know, stuff that's out there. If that's true, we don't know. But I'm just glad they're doing it again. And it definitely deserved to be ran back on a level playing field. And I mean, it's just, I mean, and the opinions and perspectives could vary and go on all night. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, I'm glad you did bring that up. That you know, just that little angle where Triple G could have, you know, been holding back for another fight, because people have to understand, when we talk about boxing, anything and everything, we talking about even the littlest things like that, because people forget boxing. It's a sport, but it's also entertainment. And, you know, sometimes just like with the show, to secure another season, you got to make a cliffhanger. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, just to pull more people in. So it's like Triple G probably felt like, hey, I got to hold back. Well, Canelo was holding back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, either way.
Either way, yeah, they was probably holding back. Or, you know, like we say, a judge could, you know, turn his head the other way, score it wrong, and, you know, make it a draw, just so we can get another fight, you know. But we damn sure hope that the next fight is going to be the real one. You know what I mean?
And the thing about it, Ant, this is something that happened a lot back in the day with the black fighters.
In the black fighters, yeah,
they knew that. Yeah. I mean, they couldn't go out and perform 100%. They would never be able to fight a white man ever.
Exactly.
So they had to pull back to secure fight dates. So it's not totally, you know, unheard of.
And sometimes to secure their life.
Yes, and to secure their well-being too back in those days. Yeah. But definitely, like, I mean, if you would have performed too good, you wasn't getting no big fights back then. You know what I mean? So that was something that those guys really had to understand. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me, dude, because, I mean, anything can happen in the fight. How could you pull back? You pull back and get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Especially when you're thinking that the other guy, he should know what's coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
If he got any type of skill, he should know. But then you might throw that wrong punch and knock his ass out. Then you like, oh shit, you know?
Right.
Because they were, you know, like you say, fighters that had to kind of hold back guys like Charlie Burley. You know, they were saying like he couldn't get fights with the big guys because he was too good for his own. You know, so
exactly. A lot of those guys back then were thrown into like that category. I mean, you already know what it was, man. They wasn't trying to let nobody you know what I'm saying? Come on, we talking about early 1900s, bro. You know.
But now it's about that green now. So you know it's about the green now, because you see like we saying Triple G, that little jewel you told me right there just made you say, oh, this is it. Like I say, when I say they need to come back and do the real one, the first fight was real because they take real punishment. But you know what I mean? They still kind of hold back certain things, because if they don't do certain things in the ring, you know, their promoters ain't going to make sure they get secure paydays. You know what I mean? Sometimes they got to make moves themselves when they're in the ring. So on the low, he could have did that. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's something that we can't just totally say that didn't happen. I mean, we talking about boxing, that we talking about a crazy sport. So, like I said, it's alleged, not factual, but it has been rumors. And like Ant said, I mean, the same thing about Canelo. So, it's just like Saturday night. We just have to see Ant. I mean, like I said, we could talk different points all day long, different angles, and why this person is going to win, why, you know, but come fight night, anything can happen. And that's just like the thing about boxing. I mean, even that Collazo interview I was telling you about, he was like, that's the thing about boxing. Anything can happen. You know, anything can happen any given night. Anything
can happen, because like some of the fights we thought would go the distance ended in knockouts.
Absolutely.
Or, you know, or vice versa, you know.
I mean, look at the Sean Porter fight in Garcia. I mean, Sean Porter, the first half of the fight, decided to box. Who knew that? Who thought that he would be in there showing footwork, nice footwork, against, you know, Danny Garcia. So that's the last thing I thought. I thought we was getting the pit bull for sure, all 12 rounds. I just, you know, knew that out the gate. But he, you know, hit me in the head doing something different.
He made us think like, oh shit, you know, you giving up rounds. You know what I mean? Trying something different. But I mean, hey, like we said, we never know what's going on in fighters' mind.
Or judges. I mean, some judges might have been seeing the footwork and seeing a different Sean Porter and being impressed by that. You know, it's you know, that's the thing about boxing. People will see it different ways, and you know, like Andre Ward made a good statement about the Triple G and Canelo. He said it's different if it's 8-4. It's a very decisive winner. But when it's that close that, you know, some people feel this way. So it got to be a draw. That's I ain't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's different if it's a blowout and you say it's a draw, but for that fight, it was that close that a draw was.
Yeah,
you know,
I could. Yeah, like I told you before.
I mean, I thought my man won, but it worse. It was a draw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking as like a fan of Canelo or just somebody working his corner and watching him fight, there was so many rounds I felt like he was giving up, but at the same time, I felt like he was doing enough to beat Canelo. But then, whenever it went to a draw, I was happy with the draw. You know what I mean? Like. I could have been happy with the draw, but like if I felt like all judges would have just robbed Triple G and say Canelo won, I would have been like, you know, he ain't do enough to do all that. Yeah. But when it came down to a draw, I think that was fair because, you know, neither fighter ever really was dominant.
Right.
You know, neither fighter was ever really dominant in what they were doing. You know, one fighter start fast, one fighter start late. You know, one's gassing out, the other's gassing out. So there was never really a point where you could have said one guy fully capitalized at the last minute or leveled up, you know, which was crazy too. Did you ever see anybody really level up in that fight? You know, we talking about we talking about the elite in the middleweight division. So yeah, it's something to what you just said earlier, man. Cause
you see the face I just made. Yeah, because I ain't got to say nothing about it.
Because these dudes, they supposed to level up, man. So, but going back to something we were talking about in the other episode. Once these two fight, like we said before, I really feel like this one is going to answer questions. It's going to finally open them other doors for the middleweights, the other guys, like whoever wins this, you know, Triple G or Canelo, is going to set up, you know, what Danny Jacobs been wanting. Granted, he can get past his, you know, next fight. And then finally, you know, Jamal Charlo, he can jump in there now, you know, wherever he want to jump in. Unless he going to fight somebody else until then, you know, which I think he needs to do.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, whether it's a loser in Canelo or a loser in Golovkin, I think those are still tough opponents for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that way. I really feel like he should have been in this middleweight mix somewhere. I mean, he shouldn't really be waiting around for the loser or nothing. He should be in there fighting right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like I said, even the loser of this fight is going to give him hell. And
I mean, and the thing about it is like, what I just thought about that, like, I'm just hypothetically speaking, if, you know, Canelo was to lose, you know, if Triple G lose, he might walk off into the sunset. He's an older man. He might just feel like, you know, it's that time, but Canelo might be forced to face some of these guys that otherwise we won't see him face, you know? Yeah. A Charlo. I mean, I would love to see that more than the Triple G, to be honest. And I would prefer to see him and Charlo and Canelo.
You think why just style wise or
just style wise, dude, just style wise, because you know, Canelo would give him a boxing lesson. It's not just going to be, you know, Triple G is going to be a different fight. It's going to be, if you can stand the power, and then if you can stand the power, I mean, you might stand a chance, you know, because he's just coming forward, cutting out the ring. But, you know, Canelo with the angles and moving and doing different things that he does, it would help me gauge where, you know, somebody like Charlo is in the boxing world, because Triple G ain't really going to judge a whole lot. He's an older man, you know, and stylistically, he don't really do a lot to offset. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no, he don't.
And that's just my opinion. I would rather see that fight, but you know, just get in the mix somewhere, bro.
Yeah, just get in there. Yeah. Well, okay, since
what you don't think Canelo and Charlo that ain't really?
Oh, you want my opinion? Okay, I think
Well, you ain't so close with your opinion, man.
Okay. Well, you know, I'm Team Canelo no matter what, you know, but I like Charlo too, but
that's why I want your opinion.
I feel like
I want you to put them against each other.
Okay, let me put them against each other. Oh man.
That's why I want your opinion. Because you fans of both of them.
Okay. Well, since I feel like Canelo, he's gotten better over the years, you know, versus his fight with Austin Trout, I think it would kind of go that way, but a little bit more dominating, you know. I think if Canelo was really to show up for that fight, I think he might be able to outslick Charlo just because he's got, like, people just don't understand. Canelo's got boxing years under his belt, you know, not just knockout years, but boxing years. Even losing to Floyd Mayweather.
Boxing years and experience. Yeah. And experience, you know, because he got boxing years from doing it so long in Mexico and here, and then with the elite. Mosley. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, by outboxing Mosley, you know, I felt he did lose to Lara. You know, but he got that decision. I felt he did lose to Lara, but that's a boxing lesson. So he got degrees. You know what I mean? So I think being in those fights already kind of, you know, they definitely broke that pressure where he feels like all I gotta do is focus on this guy, not everybody around me. But we still haven't seen Charlo on that big level yet, you know, in a big level fight where he might, will he freeze up? Will he, you know, be loose and ready to go? So just looking at that part, the pressure part, but as far as skill, like I said, I'm a fan of Charlo, but I don't know if we still need to see if he has them tools to outslick somebody that might outslick
that's
you.
my point. And can he handle that type of power?
And his power, yeah.
Can he handle that type of slickness? Can he handle? We haven't seen him with nothing on that, nowhere near that level yet. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near Canelo level. We haven't seen him in there with nobody like that. So, I mean, I agree with that. I think, you know, we would need to see more out of him, but I believe that will be a very good test. You know, like I said, the Triple G is not going to answer a whole lot of questions. If hypothetically speaking, if you went in there and watched him, people would say, well, he was over the hill. He was over the hill. That's what people going to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if you were able to, I think, get a win over Canelo, a lot of people
couldn't really squawk too much about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and then think about it like this, Triple G is not the golden boy of the boxing game. Canelo is. A win over Canelo is a whole hell of a lot of better look than over Triple G.
Yeah, that would open mad doors.
That opens
money,
mad doors,
everything,
dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be rooting for Canelo. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You trying to call out Triple G? It's a lot of risk with not a lot of reward in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to be gunning for, and that's what I'm saying. That, you know, that's what makes me question all the stuff that the fighters be doing, and you know what I mean.
All the talking, everything.
I mean, the moves and the talking. What's really up with all that, man? What do y'all really want to do? You know.
And that's what I say. A lot of moves and things are being said out of the ring, but not enough for being done to prove to me, you know, that you got what it takes to hang with Canelo. Because like I said, thing about Canelo is, you know, he's not just a counterpuncher. He a hard counterpuncher. You know, he's a strong counterpuncher. So whenever I think about going in there with, you know, Charlo going in there with him, you're going to see different looks all night.
See different looks, bro.
I don't think you can walk him down, you know. I don't think you can walk him down.
I mean, because the size thing is not going to be like really in your favor. Y'all going to be close to weight. You know what I mean? And I mean, more think about it. I mean, and think about it, Ant. If you're gunning for a Triple G fight, why you ain't on that undercard? Why you not in the mix right now, putting on a statement to demand those fights? You can't just say I want those fights. You gotta put yourself in position and have leverage in negotiation, you know, to get those fights. They supposed to get handed to you because you say I deserve them.
You got to go out there and say, "Hey, let me get this." You know.
I mean, think about that. And if he went on the undercard, made a statement, then called the winner out after he put on a dramatic performance. I mean, come on, man. Why wouldn't you do that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking here. You know, like I'll go down the undercard later, but you got somebody like Chocolatito on there, and I was like, people would probably want to see Jamal Charlo in there first. You know what I mean? And you got David Lemieux fighting Gary O'Sullivan, so I'm like, hey, you could have got in there with one of them guys just to get on there, just to get on there and knock the dude out and say, hey, I can take the winner on next, you know?
Exactly.
Just stay busy, man. Just stay busy, boy. But now you when you mentioned that Canelo Charlo, that would be interesting,
it would
man.
Be an interesting fight, man.
But like I said, right now, I think Canelo just got more years on him, man.
Yeah.
Just too many diplomas, right? You know what I mean? Too many degrees on him, man. Degrees on him, man. And Charlo would really have to do something. Like, I can look at Jacobs and see Jacobs come up with a game plan to beat Canelo. That's
a different story.
It's a different story.
That's a whole different setup right there.
I think I would have to see Charlo in there with somebody like David Lemieux. See, I need to see him with somebody, David Lemieux.
Well, that's what I said on last episode.
Or Demetrius Andrade. Just different looks, man.
Either one of those would have been a great fight for him, man. Either one of them. David Lemieux, legit, solid, middleweight, can punch, been in there with some names. If you had went there and ran through him, that would have been impressive and looked good on your resume, and you would have had a solid body at 160. Boo Boo, just for the fact y'all got history, you could have just go ahead and put his fire out. Let me just go ahead and smoke this fire right now. Go ahead and run through him, and that's done. Boo Boo talk over. Now the Boo Boo talk still lingering. If he go in and smoke Billy Joe, you know he gunning for you.
Yeah,
you know he gunning for you.
I think he's gonna try to stop that Canelo Triple G. Winter fight. He's gonna be like, "Hey, you got to get through me because I did this." So
come on, man. But you allow him to have that leverage by fighting Billy Joe.
Fighting Billy Joe.
Billy Joe got a belt. He's a champion. So it's a lot going on right now, man.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. It's like it makes you excited because this whole not welterweight division, but middleweight division. It's deeper. It's almost deeper than the welterweight. It's deeper, man. To me. But what I was gonna say earlier was when you say Triple G, he can't really. You don't really see him making adjustments against Charlo, like as far as like giving him different looks. Like, what do you think he's gonna have to do in this Canelo fight to win? And what can you to make it different?
I really don't see anything different. I mean, it's like this. In this man's mind, he won, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Only other thing he could have done was really get a knockout. So, I don't really feel like he feels that he needs to change anything different. I really don't, man. I mean, that remains to be seen Saturday night, but I think we just gonna see the same Triple G come out, and I think that's what Canelo was banking on. Now we might see some different stuff from Canelo. I mean, Canelo's a more cerebral fighter. He's more athletic. More. I see him doing different things or trying something different to, like you say, people saying going to the body more, both guys going to the body more maybe, but Triple G, I just still see just that constant walking forward pressure, trying to cut the ring off, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of his Triple G's inside game?
I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best inside fighter, but I would say he got some inside game, man. I would say he got some inside game.
Yeah, because I was going to say that's kind of something I felt like he needed to kind of turn up more on instead of trying to wait, because I feel like a lot of Eastern European fighters, they don't really have that inside game. I just been noticing that, and that was something I been meaning to say because I feel like I don't know if they work on that in training too much. It just seems like he's always used to boxing at that punching range where he's able to,
cutting the ring off, getting in that range, and
But then again, maybe he wouldn't because Canelo's inside game's a little bit better,
Yeah, Canelo was laying on the ropes a lot. I mean, setting traps. I mean, I don't know, you know.
But for me, I think for Triple G to win, I think he's going to have to do more of what he did the first time. Because like I said, I felt the fight was a draw. I don't feel like he did enough to win. So I think he's going to just have to start faster. You know what I mean? Like to me, he let some rounds go. He let too many of the first rounds go. First half, I thought he was getting hit to the body a little bit too, man. He was getting hit by some, jabs from Canelo. So I think he's just got to start a little bit faster this time. I think if he started faster, he really wouldn't have to go for a knockout to me. If he was able to just dominate like he does and, keep Canelo on the back foot, and you do that for 12 rounds, I think you could shut him out. I'm just saying, like... I
mean, but that's hard to say, Ant, with a 118, 110 scorecard on the last fight. You know what I mean? That's a gamble. That's a gamble with the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
But I do agree. He do need to come out and start faster. But it kind of go back to... the
knockdowns. That's what I was going to say. He had to get some knockdowns in there.
Yeah. But like I say, man, Ant, with that little rumor running amok, I just got to see what happens Saturday night, because I mean, if it's any validity to that, then it's like that might answer some questions why certain things didn't happen or certain things did happen. I don't know, but the only thing I got with that is like, how could you guarantee you wouldn't take an L by doing that, Ant?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, that's my only thing. Even what I was saying earlier about supposedly holding back. I mean, it's not like you see in the score after, every round to really know, where you definitely staying that in the fight. That's a little risky to say, but I mean, when you got a judge throwing out crazy score, anything,
Yeah, that was
so much.
That was kind of stupid. That's kind of stupid on your part to hold back. You know, like you say, because especially if it's Canelo, you know, imagine if Floyd held back.
Yeah,
especially in his fight, they actually gave one card to Canelo. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, it's very dangerous. But then in the business, you know, world, I mean, I'm about to cash out. This is my biggest payday right here. I want to run this back, get another big payday, and then win this and get another big. I don't know. You know, he definitely is at the, you know, swan song stage of the game. You know what I mean?
He is. Yeah.
And I mean, and to be honest, and I mean, Triple G, the paydays have never been a talk. I don't know what type of payday he was getting or what he is getting now, but money is never. He's never been a money man. You know what I mean?
Right. What he felt he was getting probably was just comfort.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we never heard him really squawk about, you know, too much about the money or negotiations being hard to do with him because of, you know, a lot of demands. So I don't know. It's just so many factors, and that's what I'm saying. And you know, I'm strictly speaking from an opinionated standpoint, and it's just a lot of ways to look at this thing, man. And like you say, I mean, you definitely saw a draw. You know, some people definitely saw Canelo win. Some people, most definitely, including me, saw Triple G win. But some people saw a draw. So it's so many. How can so many people see so many different things? The only clear cut way is somebody gonna have to go to sleep Saturday night.
Oh yeah,
somebody had to go to sleep.
Somebody
That's gonna be the only way to quiet everybody.
Yeah,
is somebody go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that.
You feel me on that?
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with
because,
that.
I mean,
if it's like, okay, yeah, then for Triple G, if there is some truth to that rumor, then he needs to be himself.
Yeah.
You know, don't hold back.
Yeah, don't
you know,
hold
just
back.
don't hold back.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
you gotta do you.
And the sad part about it is, okay, that's a rumor, but it's a fact that Canelo was talking about. I'm gonna knock him out. I'm going for the knockout. So you put those words out there. So now you got to hold up to that burden. You know what I mean? Triple G didn't say that. You know what I mean? You saying you going for the KO? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know,
we'll see about
going for the KO can be dangerous. You know, going for the KO is not just lobbing big punches. You know what I mean? You can lob a big punch and get counted.
Team Canelo. I'm speaking for Team Canelo over here. So maybe by going for the knockout, maybe he means set it up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he means counter. You know, like I said, he's a counter puncher, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, but that's legit. He's one of the best counter punchers in the game right now.
Right now, especially middleweight. Yeah. What do you think he has to do differently, man?
I don't know, man. I really didn't really, you know, I really can't. I don't really want him to win, so I didn't.
I can tell you.
I didn't really analyze what he needed to do.
Well, I can tell you. No, I think for Canelo, I think he really needs to stay off of the back foot. He don't need to box on that back foot like that, man. Like, you know, I like the way he was making Triple G miss that right hand, you know, kind of slipping it off the shoulder, but then he would add too much footwork in there because he used so much of his legs in the first few rounds. He was kind of, you know, gassing out towards the second half. You know, maybe if he would just made more, you know, upper body movements, slipping the right hand, and then, you know, just taking side steps instead of, you know, dancing away every time he land a couple of shots, trying to be pretty, you know.
Exerting all that energy.
Yeah, exerting that energy. If he just start going to Golovkin's body early, then he won't have to run, you know, because Golovkin won't be able to chase him if he take away Golovkin's legs, you know. And like I said, maybe he might want to take it on the inside, you know, smother Golovkin's, you know, his punching range. So, because like I said, I don't really think Golovkin has an inside game stronger than Canelo. So I think Canelo could win it in the pocket. I think he could win it in the pocket, you know, with smart boxing. You know, I don't think he had to make all them little movements because there was a lot of times in that first half where Golovkin was looking hesitant, you know, where he wasn't letting go like he was on Kell Brook and so
definitely,
on. You know?
Definitely the first half of the fight.
Because there was like one part where Canelo fainted, because I did watch fight again. There was a part where he fainted and like Golovkin like kind of jerked the right hand back and didn't commit, you know, and started walking again. So I just feel like there was them little moments like that where Canelo, he was trying to be too pretty with it. Yeah, he should have been in the trenches, you know, like Kovalev, like Ward was on Kovalev in the second fight.
Canelo definitely was a different style for him. He was doing stuff this fight that we've never seen him do in his career. And I was wondering, this is the most dangerous fight you took. Why are you doing this? Because of them drugs, eh? Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Damn, he said cocaine.
Clenbuterol is a hell of a drug.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I was honestly wondering that why was he doing all this super fancy stuff? I mean, we definitely seen him do things that we didn't see him do in previous fights or whatever. But like I say, man, Saturday night, I mean, it's going down, man. I mean, for let everybody know that, you know, we out here in North Carolina right now, and we just hoping that we don't get no power outages or much worse, so we can see the fight. So we just keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because because it's supposed, as you know, the hurricane's supposed to be hitting like late Thursday, and we don't know how bad it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it pass. I'm hoping it just go on and pass and weekend, so by Saturday we got power.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Yeah, but as you know, my pick is going to be Canelo by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
What do you think? Triple G going on?
Yeah, man, I got my boy.
By sleeping pill, man.
I had my boy. Somebody getting short circuited. Come Saturday night, man. I just really feel like that. I mean, it's the same thing with AJ and Deontay Wilder. If he fights, AJ in the UK, he got to knock him out. You know what I mean? I feel like Triple G, this is just one of them fights that, to silence everybody, he has to knock him out. I mean, the thing about Canelo could go in there and be slick and win a decision, and everybody say he won. It won't be that way for Triple G because Triple G is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a different. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got to go out there and really make that statement, you know what I mean, and try to close the show and put on a big drama show, as he says, with Canelo, man. I really believe that's like one of the few options that he has. I wouldn't risk running it back again, If he was holding back, I wouldn't suggest do that this time.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean? Don't hold back if that's what you want to do. Yeah, because you hold back, it makes for a bitter fight for us. Not a satisfying fight.
Absolutely. We want to see the best fight, the best, and the best man win.
I want to see them let it all
guess,
go.
Yeah,
man, because that's what we come to see. That's what we pay to see.
But I mean, in all fairness, I'd rather a man hold back than a man be performance enhancing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to compare apples to oranges, I mean, both of them can make for an unsatisfying fight, or this, give you a bad taste in your mouth. But I'd rather have a guy say I held back to get another payday, a bigger payday, than a guy, cross those lines and, start, messing with that type of stuff. Because I'm just, a big avid on, clean fight. This is one of the only sports that I watch. And it's like, I got a lot of respect for it. And I just got respect for clean fighters, man. I mean.
Yeah, same here. He had to hit me with that on the last note. I like how he hit me with that. He was like, I'd rather my man hold back than come in here on some clenbuterol.
But no, bro, I'm just saying, you my bro. It definitely was no personal shot. I'm just saying.
No, it ain't no personal. I ain't Canelo. So
I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to just start, making calls on people, because somebody might hear this and be like, oh man, I heard he held back. Oh, that's some bull. You should have did, but don't want to say nothing about a man who blatantly did something that's blatantly against the rules, So I mean, it's neither here nor there, man. Just
and I mean, we know that things happen with fighters. I mean, look, like we said, we thought Porter was gonna come in and beat this guy, but he turned it down and boxed. Yeah. Remember what we said about Porter versus Garcia?
Absolutely.
He didn't perform like we used to see him. He did something different.
Something different.
I mean, that's we're not in their minds. We're not in their actual minds. We're going by what we see.
Yeah. We just making like you say, man. It's an opinionated, perspective from how we see. But like you say, I mean, nobody knows. Kenny Porter didn't necessarily know what these people going to do. The cornermen don't know sometimes, because when the bell ring,
Yeah, that's
things different. They in a fight.
They're done. They're letting them off into the wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But that's our calls on the fights there. But on the main event. But I'm looking at the undercard. Chocolatito, he's back against that Moises Fuentes. It's kind of hard to say like where Chocolatito stands to me, man.
Yeah, because he was talking about retire. Did he retire and come back, or was he talking?
He was talking about retirement, so I don't think he like full on retired and then made a choice to come back. He just stayed in there, know. But I think it's kind of hard to say where his mind is at with this Moises Fuentes. So I haven't really like analyzed his body language and everything since he came back from the knockout, So it's tough for me to tell with him. But
he's an older guy too, right? And Chocolatito.
Yeah. But David Lemieux versus Gary O'Sullivan. What do you think of that fight, man?
This O'Sullivan guy, I don't know how he keep popping up on cards. I haven't really seen nothing big from him. I'm probably gonna go ahead with David Lemieux in that. I mean, I know this guy can punch. I've seen, some decent work out of him. O'Sullivan, not so much, but he keeps popping up on kind of big undercards. So
yeah, this is kind of his test to see if he can beat somebody like Lemieux. But like you said, Lemieux, he been in there with enough guys now. So I mean, I don't think Gary O'Sullivan's going to do anything like Billy Joe Saunders to him, or Golovkin. So
I don't think he on that level now.
I think it might just turn into more of like a fight of the night type thing, punching match.
Slugfest. Is that O'Sullivan's style?
He's he got power.
Okay.
He got some power, and he like to kind of vocal about it too.
Gotcha. He got that. Look like he wanted
because he got the handlebar.
You think he in there like that? Okay.
Like the 30s, 20s, and 30s boxes. But yeah, your man Jaime Munguia, he's on there against Brandon Cook. What's his third fight in like 4 months, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, just stuff like that, and staying active, staying on, decent cards and undercards. The kid Cook, I'm not a whole lot familiar with, but he had a few accolades. He's not just.
He was originally scheduled to fight Kell Brook. He was gonna fight Kell Brook, but he had an injury.
What, so, like for this fight?
Not on this card, on another card.
Okay.
Yeah, like a few months ago. Okay. But he got this Munguia fight instead. So, I mean, so I'm thinking, he's a good, good little boxer. So I feel like he might give Munguia some trouble just for a few rounds. But Munguia, he's a beast, man. He's just kind of big too.
Yeah,
he's big compared
to
he's big compared to Cook. So I think Munguia just making another statement, man. He might walk through him.
It'll be interesting to see what improvements or adjustments Munguia's made since his last fight. His last fight, people were kind of, had a few things to say about, some of the novice, amateurish stuff he was doing in that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but to get in there, like 3 times in less than 5 months, how is he gonna learn?
What can you say? I mean, what's the best learn? We gotta give him that. He is in there,
especially on this card. The co-main event on the biggest card HBO got to offer.
Yeah,
that's pretty fast.
That's fast, man. That's fast. It's like you don't get time to learn. You just learning on the fly.
You gotta learn on the fly.
Big stages, man. That's crazy.
And really, that's how you got to do it, man. Because I feel like once you get the belt, there's really no stepping back.
I mean,
to be honest,
it should be all like big stages from that point on. So
for real, man. But
it's like you see that in the Jaime Munguia, but you don't see other people getting forced and pushed ahead. You know what I mean? Like
to keep coming back and defend.
Keep coming back.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Then again, he might be the type of guy to just say, "I want to do it."
Yeah, I'll take it, Brandon Rios.
Yeah, he gonna take it. Yeah,
yeah.
But any final thoughts, man? Any final thoughts? We wrap it up, man.
Nothing, man. Like I said earlier, and I'm just, we just really hoping we're gonna be able to see the fight this weekend. What I mean?
Yeah, that's the major part. Yeah,
my first hurricane. I'm used to snow. Yeah, how we just. I mean, even up there. A hurricane is not what y'all would consider a hurricane. It would be it would just be rain. It wasn't really no flooding or nothing. So this is like my first one that people were really, concerned about and stuff. So like down here, people talking about power out for a week to 3 weeks, stuff like that. I've never experienced anything like that. So I'm just hoping, dude, we get to see the fight, I was actually going to go to the movie theater to see it, but I know that's probably a done deal.
Yeah, it's probably out because, like you said, some schools out too. So they definitely putting that off. So, I mean, I was going to try to hit this Bone Thug concert tomorrow. It was tomorrow.
Oh, for real?
But, I didn't get no tickets, but you know the storm's supposed to hit tomorrow, so I said I ain't even gonna take that chance. So
go down there and get swept away.
Yeah, they probably ain't even coming. So
yeah, I mean they probably I'm sure they did that. Yeah. They ain't getting paid that much to risk coming ahead.
Yeah.
Category 4 hurricane.
But you know it's crazy when I was living closer to the coast, like not on the beach. We used to be outside playing in this.
Well, dude, a part of me got me curious to see what it's going to be. Yeah. But people keep telling me it's dangerous, so I think I might need to be careful.
Was out where in the country, so there was trees and everything. I was outside,
I'm thinking I want to be looking and seeing. I'm definitely going to be looking, but I don't know. People, man, you got to do this. People evacuating, all this crazy stuff.
I think it's more of like the shrapnel flying around. You got to watch power lines and stuff like that. You don't want to get hit with no falling power line, you know.
But shit you did when you was a kid and didn't really think about. Didn't think about. That's all it was.
That's all it was.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I look out there and see shrapnel and electric wire. I ain't going out there.
Shoot, yeah, forget that, man.
But yeah, everybody in the area or anywhere that might be affected by this, man, y'all be safe out there. You know, definitely to our boxing fam. You know, Eric Thompson, Big Mike Jr.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be all the way up around like to Charlotte, so everybody, you know, Fayetteville, Wilmington, Jacksonville, be safe. And Donnie, you lucky you out there in Arizona.
Yeah, right? Donnie, he should be good right now. Yeah. But definitely, you know, all the boxing fam down in North Carolina, Fayetteville, Charlotte, Raleigh area, y'all be safe out there.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And before I go, man, just say happy birthday to, like I said, one of my favorite fighters, Julian Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Julian the Hawk Jackson, boy, you know. You talking junior middleweight with power, boy, he was knocking people out.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back and look at that fight with him and Terry Norris. Now, when you see a right hand connect and the guy go out, that's lights out. He had the scariest power from junior middleweight to middleweight, man. Like, I'll be trying to match him up with guys like Canelo. I'll be like, I don't know, good luck.
Canelo would get knocked out. I mean,
that power was serious,
probably would get knocked out. Canelo wouldn't even take that fight. His son didn't get none of that power though.
No, that power was a.
Did you see him on Contender? His fight on Contender?
Don't tell me I didn't watch that one.
Oh yeah,
I didn't see that. Yeah. Because that was like God-given power, man. Because that junk was scary, man. Because you gotta give a shout out to Gerald McClellan. He withstood that power for 5 rounds when he knocked Julian Jackson out. But Julian Jackson, that was a proven warrior, man. He was like over 50 wins and knocked out 49 people, man.
Yeah, it's crazy power, man.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, before we wrap it up, like I said, make sure y'all subscribe to us on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. And like always, you know, you can follow us on our social media, The Jab Effect, at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You know, like I said, we post some good stuff. P always posting jokes sometimes, you know, little jokes sometimes. But yeah, just look us up, hashtag Jab Podcast. We're the only ones that come up because we're the only ones out on lane.
Know it.
But like I said, my name is Combo Breaker 99.
It's your boy Boxing P, y'all.
And we signing out. Be safe, y'all.
Later.